Well, welcome to Can Angels Fly Tarot. I'm Nancy. And today's live stream might be a little long and drawn out. Today, I want to talk about, I want to spotlight or review some information I've already shared about our experience here in this physical realm, as well as to offer the astrological energy for the upcoming week and beyond. After that, if time permits and my stamina continues, then I will move to pull one tarot card for each astrological sign. And if I am still motivated, then I will accept any burning questions a person might have and answer with a one card answer. So I welcome you. Give me a moment, y'all. I'm trying to catch my breath. I had an unexpected guest and was standing out in the desert heat. And came in and wet up my notes. Okay. The first thing, where is it? This here. Okay. First things first. I just want to talk about how many of you watch tarot or astrological reports or view or listen to horoscopes because you are seeking out to understand your current circumstance or situation. And it usually, those concerns usually have to do with some primary areas of interest like love, money, home, family, and relationships. What I want to share with you today, so that I know that you are aware, is that you must come to understand the space. Hi Irina, I haven't seen you in a minute. Hi Kaylee, how are you? Welcome in. Before I move forward, I just like to reiterate what this live stream is about. It is a astrological energy interpretation or a horoscope. Well, it can't be a horoscope, that's hourly, but so an astrological interpretation that covers the upcoming week and beyond. At this time, and after that, if my stamina holds, I will be pulling one tarot card for each zodiac sign. And if I still have it in me, then I'll be answering any burning questions. This live stream will be considerably long. We'll see if I can pace myself and get through this. And so what I was sharing here right now is that I wanted to spotlight and review information that I've been sharing. I want to offer it to you collectively so we're on the same page, so we have an understanding. And what I was just saying is that most people that consult a tarot reader or tarot cards or astrology or the horoscopes are interested in gaining some type of understanding about their current circumstance situation. And it's usually in certain areas, primary areas of interest like love, money, home, family, and relationships. But in this live stream, again, I want to consolidate all the information that I've been sharing. And relative to this part where we consult divination in order to get understanding about our circumstances and situations, I want us to be aware that we must come to understand the space and the time that we are currently in. What do I mean by the time and space? I'm talking about the makeup of people and humanity and the economic system. All of these grown up, serious areas and arenas of life are what help to create the fine details relative to your love life, relative to your money situation, relative to your home, the state of your home, or your family, or your emotional state, or the state of your relationship. All of these major factors play a key. Remember, we are all co-creators. So, you must understand the space and time that you are in order to understand the details to your own personal story. And why do I feel the need to share that? It is because I've been reviewing my channel and I realize it's so serious. And I want to give you the true information that I get, the realest information that I can come up with, the most correct, the most appropriate, so that you will have the necessary information to see clearly in your life. Hi, Pamela. How are you today? To see clearly in your life, your circumstances and situations. Because I'm aware that we all want love. I'm aware we all want money. I'm aware we all want a happy, stable home. I'm aware that we want wonderful relationships. And some of us do have them, but many don't. Many don't. And the question is why? We take it personally. Well, I'm happy to hear you're blessed. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for sharing. Who else is blessed? I am. I'm with Pamela. I'm blessed too. So, the question always comes up, why don't they love me? Or why are they on drugs? Or why am I having money problems? Why is my home unstable? Etc., etc. It doesn't matter what culture, or nationality, or creed that you are. It has to do with the current circumstances, the current events, the current state of mind of the people within humanity that trickles down into your private life. So that's why I wanted to talk about that and let it be known, just hi Kathy, how important it is for you to understand the time and space that you are in. There are other things that I want to spotlight and review at this point in time before I go into the astrological interpretation. And I'm just reading, so I don't get lost. It says the various overlapping aspects in physicality and spirituality we experience simultaneously seems complex. I know it does. And it leads many to be perplexed, confused. And what am I talking about now? I'm talking about us as human beings not being able to see how our world in this life is constructed, not being able to see where the problems or the issues stem from, or how when we are successful in tapping into our happy space, how it happened. You know, and so I really want to look deeply there in that area and shed light on it so you are aware. So you can do what? Create more happy experiences. But first, we have to know what we're dealing with. And so far, I've shared that we're dealing with that we have a preoccupation with our own personal love lives, money issues, home, family, and relationships, and are not aware just how much the rest of life and the rest of this world and the rest of the structures influence our lives. And now I'm talking about the overlapping simultaneously experiences we have between physicality and spirituality that do what? Affect our perception about what's going on. It confuses us so much. We can see the physical, but we can't see the spiritual. But nevertheless, it is important and it's active. And then there's also that there are outside forces that superimpose illusions or lead us to be deceived. And at the same time, simultaneously, we personally create illusions and deceive ourselves. This is leading to confusion and not understanding how we come about the happy times as well, or the sad times. Okay. Another thing that seems to be a blockade to our understanding is that life is about the individual. Yes, it is. It is truly about your love life, your money, your family, your home, your relationship. Yes, it is. But it's also about the collective. It's about humanity. Whether we know it or not, whether we admit it or not, we are rowing in the same boat. Something else that I want to talk about here, because I'm trying to bring everything in so we can move on to this new paradigm, the shift that is taking place. So I'm kind of reviewing and bringing it all up. I'm gonna create a phrase that embodies the whole thing. But this is what most of the parts are. Is that in a live stream that I created about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I talked about how a lot of people in humanity don't feel emotionally secure or safe in this life. They're not sure if they're going to be okay. And that fear leads to what they say, fear leads to fight or flight. And so we are fighting each other. There's a lot of violence, etc., etc. Yes, this is a serious channel. Or we're afraid. We're withdrawing from each other. We won't help each other. We won't support each other. And that is a part of our behaviors that we have or are cultivating, that we will take into the new paradigm, the new way of living, the new world order, whatever you're into. That's the kind of energy we'll be taking with us. And I wanted to talk about this just briefly, talk about what the true core issue is that has led us not to feel safe. Historically, when I say historically, I'm talking about like biblical times, Adam and Eve and folks like that. Only had to learn how to survive in this physical world. They had to learn to go out and pluck the fruit and fish, and how to light a fire, to cook it, to get in the cave and stay warm, to skin the dead animals, to make clothes. Once they learned that, they had a sense of security. But over time, over generations, generation after generation after generation, thousands of years, we have evolved to people that depend on commerce. Where in the past, we moved from bartering and trading, which is trading, where I did the corn, you did the wheat, you did the this, and we exchanged. We brought everything to the table. We exchanged to make sure we had a variety and plenty of what we need. We were okay. But now we're in this place now. What am I talking about? I'm talking about how people don't feel secure and stable right now in this time in the history of humanity. Why we aren't able to love on each other. Hi, Terry. From India. Well, welcome in. Why we're not able to love on each other. Why we can't depend on each other. Why we may be living in fear, if that is the case, for you or someone that you know. It's because now we live in a time where we are required to get up and go to work 40, 50, 60 hours per week in order to earn money. I gotta stop. The jobs that we have are doing what? The exact same thing the historical people did. Adam and Eve, the old caveman and woman did. Going out fishing and plucking fruit and doing this and doing that. And doing what? Bringing it back to our system. The system pays us to go accumulate these things. And then we give them the money back for those life-sustaining substances. But man is corrupt. And so many people are finding that they're not earning an appropriate amount of money to go buy those resources. See, somewhere along the way, somehow, some elitist, some maybe geniuses created or made themselves the middleman. And they separated us from our direct ability to walk outside and do our work and be okay. Now we go to work for them in order to buy in to being okay. And if you don't satisfy the demands of man, then the chances are that you may not be okay. And that's where people are. Phone messing up, sorry. No problem. Oh no, in the South? Oh, south of me. Indy. Like Gary, Indiana or something. Yeah. I get you. And so why do I bring that up? It is because that is the core to why many people don't feel secure. And the lack of security, physical and emotional security, will be growing in the future. And why is that? Because the jobs that we were doing in order to earn money to buy into a little security, we're being replaced by automation, by robots. And therefore, there are fewer and fewer labor jobs. So therefore, it's over time, fewer and fewer jobs. So what does that suggest? I'm just accumulating the information out for us so we can move on to the next phase. So what does that suggest to us? It suggests to us, or it should suggest to us, we should be able to foresee or infer that there has to be a universal income. What will the universal income be? What will it allot you in life? Will it just be the bare basics when we've grown accustomed to such fancy lives? Well, it is my belief that a universal income won't allow most of us to maintain the quality of the lifestyles that we've grown accustomed to. And therefore, guess what? We still won't have security. So, why is this important? It's important because, number one, it affects your personal love life, your money, your home, your family, and your relationships, and so much more. It also has to do, and it's also relevant because all of this that's taking place also is a part of the complexity that we're living out day to day that is affecting our ability to perceive what's happening in this world and in our personal lives. I'm gonna stop. That's a whole nother video, and I might just go there. But for now, I want to talk about something else that we're dealing with at this very time in the history of humanity. It's an awesome time. What's taking place? These are all the things I've already talked about. Just accumulating all the information, compounding it so we can move forward. Is that we have our superpowers coming online. I have talked about it, doing a live stream or two. So I kind of want to cover some of the things or superpowers or coping mechanisms that have come online for me, or that I've witnessed, that we will be called to use in order to overcome or any adversity or to move forward in this life, no matter what. And the first superpower is healing through sharing, understanding, and advice. That's Chiron in Aries right now. We're moving forward and gaining healing. I think this thing is glitching, so I apologize. The next superpower that I've noticed coming online is the discerning the justified proceedings in your life. What am I saying? To be able to infer, to be able to see, your third eye is open. You can foretell the most likely scenario to occur in your life next due to being able to decipher all the given information or experiences in your life. This too is a superpower that is coming online for many now that we are awakening, now that we are entering into the age of Aquarius. I do ask you to help me with this, the building of this list. If you've noticed any superpowers that are coming online for you or someone dear to you, please share it at any given time under any video, this live stream, or any. Because I want to accumulate a comprehensive list of the superpowers coming online so everyone understands what the superpower is. So far, we've talked about healing through sharing and understanding and advice, being a role model. We've talked about discerning the justified proceedings in your life, what is to come for seen. And it's also the superpower that's also coming online is transcending above the distress associated with various life experiences, coming out of the suffering. You don't have to suffer. That particular superpower of transcendence is coming online. I personally experienced it. And the next superpower that I have noticed is coming to understand and accept how you contribute to the creation of your unfolding reality or karma. We're getting it, both personally and globally. Oh, that's what I felt to talk about. Oh, no, I did. I talked about how this life is about you as well as the rest of humanity. Can't get around it. We try to get around it, but we can't get around it. Let's see. Oh, okay. What am I doing here? I had to go back because I left some things out. What was I talking about? Things we are dealing with simultaneously that causes or leads us to be confused about what's really taking place. Why are we here in this world? Why are we having this life? Why are we having these experiences, whether good or bad, whatever the case may be? Why? Why can't we see? Why can't we have any understanding? Well, why haven't we? Because now we are. So I'm going to go back because I left some things out about what's causing the confusion or us to be perplexed and not be able to see clearly. And it's that individually and collectively we have free will. Oh, that's a good one. Y'all, we do have free will. But most of us don't understand exactly what free will entails. I'm not going to go into detail on that. That's a whole nother video. But we do have free will. And I don't think it is what we believe free will to be. But as mentioned, that's for a whole nother video. Well, going on. Or the fact that being human, this is another important key to understand exists, and therefore leads us to be perplexed and confused and puzzled about this experience and what's taking place, is that being human means that one is susceptible to the human condition. That includes the predisposition to needing life-sustaining resources, air, water, food, connection, different things like that. And we are reminded of this fact every second of every day as we are haunted. Yes, we are haunted, possessed by the spirit called the urge. You know, the urge of hunger, the urge of thirst, the urge of sex, the urge of desire for whatever it is. It angles us, me and you, and every individual and humanity to suffer from unyielding desires, that is to say, our wants and needs. It's real. We are now entering into the age of Aquarius. We are now becoming knowledgeable about what's really taking place. And at this point in time, I was just moving to try to, again, accumulate all of the information together so we can prepare to move to the next phase, which is the new paradigm. But first, I have to make sure that we are perfectly clear about what's taking place. I've shared all this information before and so much more, but it's been broken up in various live streams and videos. So I kind of want to just put it all in one, so that we're what? On the same mental field. So, right now, we're going to go into the upcoming week's astrological energies, my interpretation of it. And again, I got to go back and talk about the messages that I deliver. I want to report to you about your love. If you pay attention, you rarely hear me talk about love. You rarely hear me talk about money. It's not that it's not important, but whatever divinity has me doing, whatever work divinity has me doing, it is about looking at the bigger picture, the collective issue, and seeing that us on an individual level, we ain't nothing but a grain of sand on this vast beach. You understand? And so it's saying, hey, look at these big issues, and you can change the whole world, including you and your life and your well-being in this world. If what the message I got today was like, if we aren't successful in addressing the collective issues, then our lives will be no different. You know, the returning ex, the reoccurring financial issues, it won't get no better. So every tarot reader you consult, every psychic you consult, they can tell you moments in time, moments of bliss. But the true core of our experience at this particular space in time is somewhat dark and dim. It doesn't have to be. It's completely up to us. Remember, we have free will. Okay. So I just want to go in. Y'all, if you follow me, I did this last night in the wee hours of the morning. I didn't get done until like 5:30 in the morning. So my writing and my reading. I'm just going to read my interpretations. So it probably won't flow well. But I know you're intelligent enough to get an understanding about what the energies are about. And I was just saying what I was saying about how I report, because it does. It starts with us as individuals, but by the time I got done, it was talking about humanity and how it's interlinked and it's interplaying. And if you want to be okay, then you got to make sure the rest of humanity is okay. And how do you do that? By embracing your creative abilities and contributing something to the well-being of the world through your intimate environment. And it's some type of, again, transformative energy that will grow and begin to heal this world. I know that sounds strange, especially in the world we live in today. But that's absolutely the message that I'm getting. As mentioned at the beginning of this live stream, after my introduction, and then this astrological interpretation, I'll be moving to pull one tarot card for each zodiac sign. And then if my stamina holds up, then I will answer any burning questions that you may have with a single tarot card. But right now, let me begin to read the interpretation. And I still haven't figured out how to successfully do that here. So, your personal self-expression. Tell me, what is your personal self-expression? Is it your body language, how you communicate, the desires that you pursue? What are they? Whatever the case is. Your children, how you present yourself, how you present your home, the car you drive in, your interests. Your personal self-expression details include a conscious mindset. What am I saying? Remember, I did this. I didn't get done at until 5:30 in the morning. So, I'm saying all that constitutes your personal fabulous self-expression is detailed, meaning this is the list. It consists of a contract conscious mindset, meaning I know that I got a partner with X, Y, and Z, this institution or this place, because I want these demands met. And I also have to learn what they want to see if I can fulfill it. That's what I mean. Your personal self-expression, whatever it is, whatever it's connected to, detail includes a contract conscious mindset, and you have an abstract theory. You got a plan about how you can move through the world at large and gain what you need to help you advance your desires. You know, we are all somewhat selfish and narcissistic. That's who we are at this time and day. Universe, divine, knows that. And he says that our self-expression shows who we're able to connect with, want to build contracts with in order to move forward, because we got a plan. We want to advance on our desires. The next astrological energy says, as you plot, move forward on that plan, your course of action to gain what you need to advance begins to be empowering. Like, dang, finally I got this plan and it's going to work this time. And it begins to be empowering and focuses this bumped up positive energy of empowerment, because you got a plan that you feel like gonna work, has the potential. I'm trying to improv and read, y'all. Y'all know it don't work real. Hi, Tiara. How you doing today? I'm up here doing the astrological interpretation for the upcoming week and beyond. And right now, I'm talking about us personally. We have this plan. You know, we about to set out, it says. And if I can, you know, improv and read at the same time, might go a little bit better. We gonna see. Be patient with me and ride the wave, if you will. So, I'm going to read because I'm making a mess. As you plot your course of action to gain what you need to advance, you begin to be empowered, focusing that bumped up positive energy toward, putting that excitement, that enthusiasm, toward potential beneficial opportunities and alliances. You got a plan. What am I talking about? Right now, I'm doing the interpretation for the upcoming week and beyond. You got a plan. You know who you want to connect to. You know what you want to achieve. And so, you are feeling empowered. The next astrological energy is you have a basic understanding about what you are anticipating relative to your associations. I know why I'm going to be fucking with them. Excuse me. I'm great. Hope you are having a great day too. I really am. I feel renewed finally, because I was just really, really drained. So thank you, dear, for asking. I'm on the comeback, I think. Let's see how long it'll last. So it says you have a basic understanding about what you are anticipating relative to your associations with another or others, such as who's going to control the partnership. Do you know? I want you to stop and think about your most significant partnerships or connections. I'm not just talking about romantic, but them too. Whether it's business, employment, relationships, aunts, uncles, cousins, people in the neighborhood community. Who do you anticipate is going to be in control of the situation and the circumstances within that partnership? Well, it says you and I and every individual humanity got a basic understanding about who will be controlling the partnership and what type of experiences need to happen for that relationship to move forward well. And finally, the appropriate actions and responses from the subservient partner. What am I saying, y'all? I'm saying the stars are suggesting that divinity is saying we got a plan. We done figure something out. And we know exactly who we want to connect with. And we also are aware who is going to be in control of that partnership. And what experiences need to take place for that partnership to be successful. And with that other person who's subservient, what they need to do. We got a plan. It seems like we all in control freak mode. We'll see. So, the next astrological energy. Each individual inner emotional state determines what they will contribute. We've talked about that. To the partnership, including but not limited to their perception of themselves. Do you get what I'm saying? When I say your perception of yourself, your self-worth, your value, how you view yourself, your level of importance, those kind of things. We talked about that stuff. It says each partner. Inner emotional state determines what they will contribute to the partnership, including but not limited to their perception of themselves and what they have learned through their experiences with the partner or the other. See, you've lived and learned. And whatever you've learned is help to cultivate what you will pay back into the partnership. Now, I hate when I stop reading in a bad space, y'all. Gotta go back. So, each partner's inner emotional state determines what they will contribute to the partnership, including but not limited to their perception of themselves and what they have learned through their experience with the other partner, whether it is about oneself or the other, or the distribution of power in the relationships. And last but not least, each partner will participate in whatever the set up environment or experience is at any given time. What does that mean? What am I saying? Well, your relationship, your connection with another sits within a physical scene, the scenery, the environment. And we as individuals are willing, voluntarily, although it may be on a subconscious level, agreeing to sit in a particular environment, in a particular space, at a particular time with certain people. In order to do what? Play your role, basically. Because we now know who we gonna kick it with. We know who's in control of the relationship. And we know what the other person need to do. And we know what experiences we need to have in order to have those relationships move forward successfully. Now, one thing I didn't do is take the aspects into consideration last night. And so I was just trying to see, I don't want to make it too long. Oh, I only been on 30 minutes. I'm doing good. I'm moving forward quick. And so right there, I'm about to just try to see if I can work some aspects in, because I didn't take them into consideration. Okay. So with that being said, I'm just talking about right now how the astrological energy suggests that you have something to contribute to the other. One of those things is your perception of yourself. Now, your perception of yourself is a tricky place. Not only that, but let's say hypothetically, case scenario, you the person that says, I'm going to control my partnership. And this is what they need to do. And this is what needs to happen. It does not actually mean that that person is in agreement. And so I'm going to leave that alone. Because if I try to do the aspects right now, at this late hour, it's going to go south. So I'm going to keep moving. And then right now, I'm talking about going to move forward and talk about the next astrological energy. That talks about your personal expression, how you do what you do, how you present yourself in the world, your pursuits, your aims, your desires, your passions, your personal fabulous self-expression. Your personal expression during this phase of this set of life experiences has you or finds you devoted to any and all duties and works that complement the relationship dynamics, including appropriate social behavior. What am I saying? That's a lot of words. I got words, y'all. Is that those partnerships, those significant partnerships in your life are not the only things that are important. Other factors that are important in you moving forward to satisfy yourself and your desires and where you want to be is that you got to be willing to do the work and carry all the responsibilities and duties associated with getting that work done or maintaining those partnerships. And those responsibilities and duties, how can I say this, are specific to your life story. Those works and responsibilities and duties are specific to your connection with the people that you're connected to. Therefore, those works and those responsibilities and those duties, responsibilities, and works correspond or correlate with those others, the works that you must do, and including your social behavior. So it depends on the kind of people. This was something that always used to come up in Gemini's tarot reading. It includes the people that you hang with. Yeah, it was in Taurus, it was in Capricorn, it was in Gemini. It depends on which type of people you hanging with and what your goals are, you know, and how y'all do y'all thing. You know, familiar spirits. You know, some people behavior is more wretched. Something like that. Others social behavior is more sophisticated. So what am I saying? Your behavior and all your works are going to correspond with who you are and who you hang with. Let me go. You know, I wrote this. I didn't get done at 5:30 in the morning with y'all, so ride away with me, if you will. So, however, this is a catch-22. It's always a catch-22. However, those works and duties required to move you forward on your personal goals are the energy that's backing you going and doing those duties and those responsibilities and those works is dissipating due to the continuous resistance as the result of outside influences, them other people, the other situations. You always got to do something and redirect your energy. You can't focus primarily on your goal. Yes, you're willing to do the work. You see the work that's necessary, but it's the other people too. And so what am I saying? That's a form of resistance to where you want to be. Nevertheless, you're trying to trudge right along. On to the next astrological energy. I'll try not to take too long. We're almost done. And we're about to go into the one card. We're about to go into the one card tarot reading for your zodiac sign in a short while. Next astrological energy for the upcoming week and beyond is during this time period. During this period of time, you will be focused on any and all works and duties, responsibilities that move you forward toward the fulfillment of your personal goals. You can't let them go. Continuously fighting against the resistance you have faced throughout your association with another or others, whoever that may be, and the corresponding experiences. Remember, it depends on who you hang with, how y'all do y'all thing, what kind of experiences you have. To you, to most of us, that's just been a source of resistance to us actually just getting to our goal. However, At this time, it shows that we persevere. We move forward, we maintain our associations, and we keep moving against that resistance for what purpose? To fulfill our goal. And you desperately strategize the use of your supportive energy to that which is outside of you. Only desiring to invest your energy on that which will ultimately assist you. Assist you in what? Reach your own personal goal. What was I just saying? I'm saying you are aware that there's resistance. And that resistance slows you up from fulfilling your own personal goals. But you persevere. You know you got to work with somebody. And those familiar people, those familiar spirits are the ones. And so you consciously strategize how to use your Cancerian energy, the nurturing, the loving, the supportive, the shoulder to cry on or to negotiate with. How do you use that energy effectively, not to exhaust yourself, not to give more than you're willing to give? Because again, it is a form of resistance to you fulfilling your own personal aims and desires. On to the next astrological energy, which was very brief, and it just says, make the appropriate connections. That is to say, forge social contracts, even if it requires social reform, to agree upon terms and conditions that will benefit all parties. Ability to advance in life. Remember at the beginning of this live stream, I said when I give my reports, I'm talking about us on an individual level, but I'm also talking about us collectively on a global level. And this is where the energies begin to kind of change from talking about the individual experience and begins to go into the more worldly or global experience. Now, this interpretation right here, we can take personally and globally, individually. And it says make sure you make the appropriate connections to forge social contracts with others, whether personal or business or global. Even if it requires some form of social reform, you got to make some changes. You got to update. You got to be innovative when it comes to your social interactions and exchanges. You have a goal as an individual, and we should have a goal globally. And it says the social reform is to bring about or come up with a set of terms and conditions that will benefit all parties and their ability to advance in life. And what do I mean about advance in life? I'm talking about being successful in life, especially when it comes to having the sense of physical security in this life. As we do what? Began to move into this new paradigm. Anyway, next astrological energy for the upcoming week and beyond is, just as usual, the actual happenings of the unfolding events and experiences will become known over time. Right there, did you hear that? Because it's not talking about prediction. It's not giving you the answer. But what it is saying to you, this is the High Priestess in reverse. She says, just as usual, the actual happenings of the unfolding events and experiences in your life and in the world will become known over time, but are guaranteed to impact or reflect back to you and every individual in humanity, the emotional constitution of humanity overall. And once again is attempting to persuade all individuals. Excuse me. Now? How you getting here? Okay. I hope don't take nothing that I'm going to need and I get off this live stream. You got something that I need. I don't even know. I just be forgetting. Make sure the dogs are in the house and close the door. Don't lock it because Pearl is outside, correct? Okay. Enjoy yourself. I apologize for that, y'all. I'm back. So, what was I saying? It seems like the high priestess appeared here. And she says, and she's in reverse here, astrologically. And it says, just as usual, the actual happenings of the unfolding events and experiences will become known over time, but are guaranteed to impact or reflect the emotional constitution of humanity overall. And once again, is attempting to persuade all individuals to improve themselves emotionally, mentally, physically, and also spiritually, so that they are individually as well as collectively moved into a more wholesome state and respectively a more admirable existence. I think I said that right, y'all. With that being said, we're going to move on to the next astrological energy for the upcoming week and beyond, which says, divinity has set into motion opportunities. This is on an individual basis as well as a global basis. Divinity. Who else can write in the sky? Just place stars. I don't know. Just saying. It seems like divinity has set in motion opportunities that offer the enlightenment needed to unveil all aspects that must be improved to eventually lead to the satisfaction of all parties. When I say all parties, I'm talking about you and everybody in your intimate space, as well as every individual in humanity. All parties. Worldly wants and needs. What am I saying right there? Oh, I missed one. But what was I saying right there? I was talking about how in the sky, the stars are arranged in an order or a pattern, in a way in which I could interpret the message that says that divinity says, I'm giving you the opportunities so that you can gain enlightenment, so that you can come to understand what needs to be addressed and changed in order to make sure that everybody across the border, at least the majority, are in a good state. When I say good state, I mean feel physically and emotionally secure while here in this physical realm. Now I got to go back because I missed one of the astrological interpretations, a small brief one. And this is about just gaining understanding. Time is now to move forward and gain understanding. But you have free will. It's completely up to you. And it says, move to gain higher understanding, because the majority of humanity seems to have a limited understanding about what's really taking place. And that sensing back to the beginning of this live stream, where my introduction was spotlighting and reviewing the various aspects of our existence, including physicality and spirituality, and how we're living those two existences out simultaneously, and it's causing us to be confused, to be perplexed, to be puzzled. Divinity is saying here, I am aware that many of you are not seeing what is taking place and the significance of it. That takes me back to the beginning of the live stream, back to the introduction that talked about how we in the course of us studying together have identified that we're preoccupied. Yes, we are all narcissistic. We want to know about our love life. We want to know about our money and our home. But we're not aware that we are just one grain of sand in a universe of sand, crystals. You know what I'm saying? We're only one part and one component. We cannot truly ever separate ourselves from the rest of what exists. And humanity, and divinity is saying it in the stars. In the upcoming week and beyond, I understand my people are not understanding what is taking place, or what is being asked of them. So here, the next astrological energy, I'm offering each and every one of you the opportunity to have enlightenment in order to see. I'm going to unveil these aspects of life for you, so that you can come to see and understand, so that you can figure out a plan, come together, set up some terms and conditions that can satisfy the majority of those that exist in this physical world. Almost like it's saying there's no reason for us to be insecure while in this physical realm. There's no reason for our souls to be improperly influenced or inflicted while in this experience. But I'm going to move on because y'all know I get to preaching. Okay, the next astrological energy says, I want to make sure I ain't missed a little one, because there are a few little ones. It says, this is all about yours as well as the rest of humanity's sense of security in this world, and the necessary works that must be done to satisfy all. And adversely, the realization, I think I messed up here, y'all, 5:30 in the morning, and adversely, the realization that each individual in humanity has the right to pursue their own self-interest. You do. You have free will. And civilization can continue to execute catastrophic social systems that promotes division, caste systems. Let me just cut to the chase and just say that our civilization is increasingly moving toward executing the 7 capital sins. We just talked about it in the last live stream. And I ain't even trying to be religious. All I'm doing is interpreting the stars. And this is how it can be interpreted. And the 7 capital sins suggest that civilization, humanity, is becoming increasingly more prideful, more greedy, more lustful, more envious, more gluttonous, more wrathful, and more slothful. However, it's humanity's choice. And the astrological energy went on and said, hey, humanity's choice depends on the intellect and conscious awareness of the majority of the people. That played back in that small piece I missed and had to go back on. It says, hey, gain more understanding, gain a higher understanding, because the majority of humanity is limited in their understanding and not seeing the significance about what's taking place and where we are going. And divinity says, as a result, I'm giving each and every last one of you, individually and collectively, an opportunity to have the life experiences necessary for you to gain enlightenment in order to see what needs to be dealt with, in order to do what? Help us formulate contracts within our personal lives as well as globally that have terms and conditions that can satisfy the majority of the physical worldly satisfaction and security of the individuals that create humanity, civilization. All right, y'all, we down to the last. I thank you for hanging with me. The next astrological energy says, the people of the world have been or developed an emotional constitution. The people of the world have been or developed their emotional constitution from that which is or has incorporated 5:30 in the morning, y'all, their immediate environment. What am I saying? In one of the videos I made or a live stream a week or so ago, the astrological energies talked about how we can only be influenced and impacted by that which we experience, that we've come in contact with. The same thing here, coming back and going into detail about it. And say, hey, how you feel emotionally, your state of, your sense of security, or your fears. Hi, Alicia, how are you? I'm blessed. I love to hear your readings. Thank you, Nancy. You are absolutely welcome, and thank you for dropping by. And so, it's saying here how you feel right now. On the smallest level as well as the more advanced level. When I say smallest level, I'm talking about how your personal world and the people in your world and the experience are affecting you on an emotional level, as well as your sense of security, as well as your position or place in this world, whether by culture or whatever the case may be, economics, and how that has you feeling right now, as well as your sense of security into this world. All of that has developed through your life experiences, that which you really have witnessed or or experienced. You've actually had some type of interaction, and it helped to develop how you feel. Those feelings are real, and they do have an effect. Anyway, this influence, also develop your self-imposed delusions, or how you perceive things, your perceptions. I'm going to just give an example. I always go to an extreme way in order to show or give a powerful example of what I'm talking about. Is that there are some people in certain communities in my country that are living below the poverty line, but yet they live lasciviously, self-imposed delusions. And there are so many, many more. That was just one I can think of. Survival mechanisms or something like that. And one's sense of self-worth and personal power. Here this thing go glitching again. I'm almost done and it won't start glitching. I thank you for coming here to Can Angels Fly Tarot Live and joining me in this discussion about the upcoming astrological energies. What do you want?
Your phone.
I don't even know where it is. Oh, there it is. And the final astrological interpretation for the upcoming week and beyond says, well, once again, this is a period for reaping the harvest for our O-U-R, ego-driven pursuits. It's time. And is manifest destiny. That's a deep, heavy. It says, once again, this is a period for reaping the harvest for our ego-driven pursuits. To say our pursuits. We're not all ego-driven, but our pursuits sounds like that. And is, have y'all ever heard of this? Manifest destiny. It's saying you bought it, you get it. Humanity, collectively, you bought it, you get it. It is time to reap the harvest. And it will happen. What is happening? The manifest destiny, the reaping of the harvest, based on the is constructed and based on the collective mindset. Wow, that's deep. I'm moved by it, y'all. I'll be dramatic for a reason, because I moved. Because I shared with y'all back in March, on March 6th of 2016, I testify here on YouTube. I know y'all think all of this is a form of entertainment. Not all of it. But I testified that I had an awakening experience. A revelation was given to me, and not only to me, but many people in this world at the same time. And I testify here on YouTube. See, I'm impressed. I get impressed, and I don't get impressed easy, but I got impressed. You know, I'm testifying that after that awakening experience, in which divinity talked to me and millions of other people in this world, let us know what was going on. We got this massive download at the same time about what was going to take place and why. It was this whole story told. Now I can see in retrospect. The whole plan was told. It was like a time release capsule. Now I see. Since that time, since March 6th of 2016, I had been impelled to come back and review the stars, the story in the stars. And you know what it's been? It's been a step-by-step execution of that overall plan that was offered to me and millions of other people here in this world on March 6th of 2016. And so if I'm lying, I'm flying. I really am, because I am so impressed with divinity. And I'm not for the first time, because I'm very critical. Very, very critical. But yeah, that's amazing. Step-by-step progress is being made to our, hopefully, restoration. But again, it's completely up to us. We have free will. We can do what we want to do. But the stars seem to be saying that we are not aware of where we are headed, and asking us to review to see if we really want to go where we are headed, the reality that we are co-creating. And it's interesting, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm about to read your Alicia, your comment, but I'm telling y'all, I have issues, because I'm like, how the heck, if you really follow my channel, if you don't, I ask you to watch some of my videos, because as I was doing the research or giving a testimony, I wasn't aware of where this was taking me. As I just mentioned, in retrospect, I look back, I get it now. I get it now. Do I know the future? I think I do, but not all of it. But it's becoming clearer than it was. And what am I saying? I'm saying that my issue, I was talking about watching my previous videos about the elitists, the elect, our social system, our global system, which I call some octopus or something like that. You know, I made one called Pandora's Box. All of these things. I talked about the dope and the drugs throughout the various decades. Every 10 years, they just infuse in certain communities, and how I talk about all of it. I talk about the world's greatest pyramid scheme. At the time, did I know why I was talking about it? No. I was getting the downloads. I was following instructions as instructed. And now, in retrospect, I see the picture. If this shit ain't real, I did it again. Something wrong. I'm flying, y'all. I'm flying. I am an air sign. Hi, Lucy. You know, and so I do ask you to go back and watch my videos from early on and see the progress we've made. Really, truly. So you can be my my judge and my jury and judge. Hey, we going somewhere, y'all. I really believe we are. I am so impressed. I'm almost to the point of tears, emotionally. But I never finished my thought. Air sign, airhead, air sign. Is that how can we? I don't even understand how we could possibly be renewed. How can we have paradise? How can we have a happily ever after so well established that it trickles down into our personal lives? I guess that's why divinity. Some things it ain't time for me to know. So right now I'm about to read your comments, and I'm about to pull a tarot card for each zodiac sign for the upcoming week and beyond, and see what it has to add to the information that was offered here today. And Alicia says, hi Nancy, thank you. I'm a Gemini. I'm trying to find my way in life best way possible. Hope your day is going well. It is. I'm hanging in here. And once again, hi, Lucy. Welcome in here to Can Angels Fly Tarot Live, where we've been talking about the current astrological energies and all that we're dealing with and why we're so confused and perplexed about what's taking place. And now we're about to go into more personal, intimate information for each zodiac sign. After that, if my stamina holds out, then I will be answering any burning questions that you may have. Oh, I'm doing good. It ain't been nothing but an hour and 10 minutes. Okay. That went quicker than I had anticipated. So, all right. I shuffle every 3 zodiac signs. Starting first with Aries for the upcoming week and beyond, which is, well, actually, it's any time after today, August 21st, or as of today and beyond. Just keeps on moving. Energies just keep on moving and doing what they do. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to, how can we? This is my mood to recycle. I'm trying to save the world, y'all. I'm working on me. I'm just using me. Taking my time, y'all. Get my mind right. Kind of seemed like I was getting some information. I did get some information the other day, but I lost it. I'll find it. It's just been lingering around. Superpowers coming online. Y'all don't forget to share any superpowers that you see for yourself or someone significant in your life that is coming online. Why? Because I want to create a comprehensive list to share with all the viewers and subscribers, so we all understand what a superpower is. You know, we take being human for granted. I think we are awesome. We're awesome, but I think we can be better. And that seems to be what the astrological energies are saying. Shuffling every 3 zodiac signs. The first sign is Aries. Your card, Aries, is the 5 of Wands in reverse, pointing back to the 4 of Wands. Okay, Aries, this 5 of Wands suggests that your vital life force energy is scattered. You may be have too many pans in the fire. You may be partaking in too many activities and not really getting any work done. You could be in a very a frustrated space in the upcoming week, or well, from this point on. You may hit this patch where you really feel highly frustrated. You may be exhausting yourself. You may have multiple activities or chores that you feel like need to be done. With this 5 of Wands in reverse, pointing back to the 4 of Wands, it's just that it's momentary. It's a moment in time that you'll go through, and eventually, you know, you'll eliminate one thing, one activity at a time, and you will get to a more energetically stable place. So don't worry, pace yourself. Taurus, your card is the Ace of Pentacles. Pow, pow, pow. It said in that astrological interpretation, it is time to reap the harvest. Ooh, where was that at? Taurus, because that seems it was time for you to reap the harvest, Taurus. I mean, this Ace of Pentacles is time to reap the harvest. Well, it's not time to reap the harvest, it's time to plant the seed so that you can get the harvest, so that you can reap. However, this talks about moving forward and planting the seed to the harvest. Oh, wow. I don't know where I have to cross it for you, Taurus. Yes, it was about destiny. This Ace of Pentacles for Taurus suggests that you're moving forward and you are initiating or beginning some works in order to manifest a particular destiny in your life. Now, by this being at the ace, the very first card of this suit, it says that you have some way to go, a path to travel, of course of action to take, and therefore you must pace yourself. You must be prepared for the ups and downs, but to stay your course, stay stubborn and fixated on your course of action in order to manifest the ultimate goal that you so desire. Excuse me. And that was Aries, Aries, Aries. I want to go back and talk about Aries because I try to line it up with the current astrological energy. And remember, Aries, your card is the Five of Wands in reverse, pointing back to the Four of Wands. Remember, the astrological energy for the upcoming week talked about your personal fabulous self-expression. Our personal fabulous self-expression is wanting to create appropriate contracts. We are aware, we got this plan. So it seems that you move through this chaotic space where you're not sure who to connect with, or what your purpose is, or what your line of action is. Again, the Five of Wands in reverse suggests that this state is temporary, and you will move back into the Four of Wands, the card before it, which means you will come to this understanding about who you need to connect with in order to move forward on your personal aims, goals, and desires. You will become aware of your course of action and what works or duties that you have to do in order to accomplish your ultimate goals, whether personal or your global contribution. Actually, I don't think I've ever said it. I might have, that our personal success also contributes or is the source of our contribution to the collective, our overall collective state. Okay. Next sign is Gemini. Gemini, your card is the Eight of Wands. I can dig that. So the eight is even, it's balanced, it's give and take, it's obsessive compulsive, reoccurring activities or actions or duties. Remember the astrological energy talking about we being in this space and time in which we are ready to perform the works, carry all the responsibilities and duties associated with us reaching our goal. The eight is also the other in their input or their contribution. The astrological energies talked about this resistance that exists, for all of us as we try to move forward on our personal goals. In this case, I'm talking about Gemini. It shows Gemini is fiery. They're aggressive. They're obsessively moving forward. They're pushing through or against the resistance, as the astrological energy suggests that we all will. For you, Gemini, this is truly the case. And it actually has to do with partnerships and your daily routine. You're executing it in your daily routine. It shows a high level of stamina. That's something I've been talking about in this live stream, maintaining stamina. Well, this Eight of Wands shows that you maintain your stamina throughout the weeks as you move forward and persevere in the pursuit of your personal aims and desires. Very good. Even passionate. I can say that. I guess I can try to add a little twist or flavor to it. Aries, you had the Five of Wands in reverse, pointing back to the Four of Wands. That shows that it's possible that you have a romantic interest with someone, and you might hit this rocky space. Don't you start glitching, computer. You may hit this rocky space where there's some type of arguments or disputes or something like that, and y'all work through it. It may take a couple of weeks, for y'all to make up. You're gonna break up to make up. That's great, wonderful sex. Same thing with Gemini. You seem fired up, energetic, and ready to act the fool. Sexually, those kind of things. You really are into give and take mode. I'm trying to be a little more lighthearted, y'all, and fun. And then Taurus, what was Taurus, is about the Ace of Pentacles, moving forward and manifesting. As far as relationships, it could be that some Tauruses are beginning a new a partnership or a connection or business endeavor with another. You may be moving in, buying your first home. The Ace just shows this initiation, this getting this preliminary state of development for something in your life. Now, that was the third zodiac sign. I'll shuffle the cards and move forward to read Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. Okay. Cancer. All right, Alicia, thank you for the vote of confidence. And here we have the Hierophant for Cancer. In the upcoming, well, from this moment forward, you may run into a phase, Cancer, with the Hierophant. It talks about you coming face to face with like religious leaders, matriarchs of the family, any person that has, or institution that has the a doctrine, and they teach it to you, moving to impose that doctrine or that belief, that way of understanding the life or yourself in this life, is spotlighted for you in upcoming days and weeks. And you may be, with the Hierophant upright, you may be susceptible to their suggestions. Do we have anything in here that has to do? And then she throw it all the way over there, just the things that they do. Y'all see, I'm about to start cussing and fussing. Where is that? Hold on, y'all. All the way over there on the other side. You got to be kidding me. You ain't forgot a goddamn on thing. No. It's not how that's going to go. Bring her in. I've already given you the instructions about that. Bring her in and shut the door. Bye. I ain't forgot. See, y'all have seen me act the fool. I'm going to turn up in here. I'm telling you. I don't know why people want to irritate me. I just don't know. So I do it. Apologize. I was talking to you, Cancer. I was talking to you. I was about to try to find if there's anything in astrological interpretation that lines up with this Hierophant. And it did. No, that was it. I'm just mad now. Ooh, I'm just mad. Contract mindset. It is possible when it comes to Cancer that, remember, the Hierophant is about tradition. It's about a tradition, and doctrine, and philosophy, a way of viewing the world, yourself and others in the world. So those doctrines govern the way you think, and therefore the way you act. This Hierophant can suggest that whatever doctrine you follow, whatever beliefs that are ingrained in you that you execute, will be reflected in the partnerships that you make at this time. It's like saying your mama told you these were the best people to hang with, or not, and you take that in consideration. Or the church told you something like you're not supposed to have sex before marriage. You take that in consideration as you create contracts with others, and those terms and conditions that are associated with the contract. Also, when it comes to you, Cancer, the Hierophant can suggest to us that you may also deal with, in those particular contracts that you choose to engage. Remember, in astrological energy, it talked about who's the boss and who's in control of those partnerships. Well, your beliefs or philosophies, like the mom or the church, whomever, have helped you to develop your understanding about who should be in charge of the partnership, which really shows that you will be enforcing those beliefs that you now embody in your partnerships and in your partnership contracts for you, Cancer. What am I saying? If you were raised to believe that you are the boss, you will execute the position of being the boss. If you were raised to believe that you should be subservient, then you will play the role of the subservient. The next card is that of Leo. The next astrological sign is Leo. Leo, you have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Let's see. Six is an even number, it's balanced, it's given, change, is reciprocal, and it is corresponds to the 6th house of Virgo. This is the day-to-day routine and all that you do. You just try to satisfy the demands of life, you know, so you can have life can be easier, you can be okay, and keep the opportunity opportunity opened up for you to move forward if a new opportunity opens up. And so it's just really like doing what you can do every day to make sure that ends are met. And you know, so you don't have to lose your sanity and things like that. And it has to do with you expressing yourself into the world. You're constantly trying to express yourself into the world from this moment forward, as far as the next couple of weeks or so. And it's about what you value, and so you support that. In this astrological energy, it talked about being, what was the word? It was something about being desperately seeking to strategize how you use your supportive energy. 6 Pentacles just reiterates that for you, Leo. You're very, very conscious about who you're going to give your time to and your energy to. Because again, astrological energy talked about these others outside of us are a form of resistance to us reaching our goals. They want something, they need something. And so the 6 of Pentacles just shows how selective Leo will be in the upcoming weeks. And when I do this, I'm referring to Sun, Moon, and Rising. The next card, or the next zodiac sign, is Virgo. Virgo, your card is the Queen of Swords. Truth. The Queen is highly receptive to all that she encounters, whether people, circumstances, or situations. And she's highly sensitive. She's highly sensitive. And so she gathers all this information through being sensitive to the circumstance, situation, and people. And she uses that information to formulate a truth so that she can decide what moves she's going to make. When it comes to the Queen of Swords, it talks about someone that, remember, she's sensitive. So a person, you, Virgo, can be very emotionally touched by whatever you experience. Nevertheless, you got to do what you got to do. You're aware of it now at this point in time in your storyline. You're aware you got to do what you got to do. You got to make your decisions based on the fact in order to do what advance you on your cause or your purpose. Now this card, the interpretation of this card is very specific to Virgo, because what circumstance or situation or person you're dealing with is specific to you and the experiences. It went back over here because it talked about how our experiences, we can only be impacted and influenced by the experiences that we have. So those experiences, yours, are where you find the details. And I restate that because it's your story. So you can't go over and look at somebody else's story. Their story will have to be quite similar to yours in order to get advice. This Queen of Swords points to you being self-sufficient as far as discernment and determination and decision making. You ultimately know it's about your betterment, not only yours, but those under your care and the world at large. Cancer here. Okay, Kathy. I just did Cancer. Well, you in here already, Kathy. Hi, now, is it Sissy? How you doing? Alright. It said, only I don't have a partner. I'm a single mom with 2 boys. I dedicate my life to them until they reach a certain age. Anyway, merci. Happy New Year's ahead, X. Can you tell what my future may hold? How will it turn out for me? Okay, well, Alicia, right now I am doing the 1 card for each zodiac sign. I just completed Virgos. I'm going to move forward now and offer 1 card tarot reading for Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. And then after those three, I'll be doing Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. I do believe that my stamina is going to hold. And so after those, then yes, I will be answering your burning question with one card. Just let me know when you hear me finish up with Pisces, if you're still in the room. And I'll consult the cards to see if I can tell you what your future may hold and how it will turn out for you. Thank you for your patience. So what I say, I'm with Libra now. I can't put that under there in case I have to refer back to it. Libra. Excuse me. Cancer here. I have 8 kids. I get it a lot. Oh, you do? Okay. Libra. Your card is the Lover's card in reverse. What's going on, Libra? Now, the Lover's card is a major arcana card, so it could be divinity giving you advice, pointing something out that's important in your life to focus on right now. It can also, what is it about with the Lover's card in reverse? It suggests that you're having some inner turmoil or conflict. You don't feel in sync. You don't feel like, you whole. You may need to take some time and reflect and get to know yourself. Another interpretation of the Lover's card in reverse, it could be divinity saying, hey, Libra, there's a partnership in your life. Oh, that's what I was going to say. The Lover's card talks about soulmate connections. People that come into your life for a reason and a season. We done talked about that, Libra. We talked about it, everybody. But these are people that come in your life for a reason and season. They come to teach you something, or you to teach them, or you have that type of exchange. And it's saying that there's something taking place relative to that soulmate partnership, that lover, whether it is personal or business or some other type of relationship. It's saying, hey, either this relationship has ran its course and it's time for it to end. It's starting to go south. Kind of come to terms with that. Or it can be that there is strife between you and the other at this point in time in your storyline, and you need to work it out. This Lover's card in reverse for Libra is interesting, and it does take a level of maturity in order to see what needs to be done. So it seems to be about discernment at this point in time for you, Libra. What is taking place in this soulmate connection that you have, that is in your life for a reason and a season? Has the partnership ran its course? It's up to you to choose discernment. Or are you going through one of the life lessons that are offered to you while in this soulmate connection? Discernment. So it's really up to you, Libra, and it's very specific to your level of development, what you will come to understand about this particular situation. After Libra, it is Scorpio. Scorpio, your card is the Sun card. Well, Scorpio, it seems like you're very magnetic and you're drawing people to you. What people? These people that you're going to enter contract with. These people that can be highly beneficial to you. You are consciously choosing, as shown in the astrological interpretation, people that you know exactly what you can offer them, how much support you can give them without facing too much resistance to your own personal aims and desires. The Sun card shows that Scorpios in the upcoming weeks are very positive, again, magnetic. They may have a lot of stamina. We're back to stamina and vitality, and may be very attractive at this time. It seems, the Sun card seems to say, you seem very, very positive and just really uplifted right now, Scorpio. I'm going to cut that off because I almost went to a pass reading idea for Scorpio that would made this quite longer. After Scorpio, this Sagittarius. Sagittarius, your card is the Four of Cups. What's wrong, Sagittarius? The Four of Cups is in reverse, putting back to the Three of Cups. It's possible that the Four of Cups is referring to your home, your family life, your inner emotional state, some very intimate emotional connection you have with someone. It's not doing well. It may have gone south. It may be sour. It may be facing some difficulties or challenges such as love triangulations or other emotional disturbances or disputes amongst you and those others that are very near and dear to you. And why is that? Why is that? Well, for us now, it almost seems like the cards are starting to lead me back to past readings. Sagittarius, in the past, it's been suggesting to some of us, it don't matter what zodiac sign a person is, but at times suggesting, hey, it's time to let certain partnerships go, or to get some help, therapy help, rather, what they call it, mental therapy, psychiatric therapy, or marriage therapy, or whatever. The time has come for that to happen, or it's like it's time to make a move, but you may be stagnated by the experience itself, Sagittarius. The disturbance, the emotional instability, the love triangulation, like you struck with fear and you're not making a move. And so what this Four of Cups is showing is that some Sagittarius are kind of being left behind relative to the astrological energies and the flow that's taking place right now in humanity. You've been asked to release a partnership. You've been asked to tend to it or heal it or do something, but you're just stuck in fear, stuck or struck with fear through this instability. It's time, Sagittarius, for you to move on that relationship. Now I need to go back to Scorpio, because like I said, now it seems like the cards is moving me to past experiences that have existed. And so I'm going to go back. Scorpio, what is it about? Let's talk about right now. You feeling vital and magnetized and, strong and capable and all these kind of things. But it was a time, I remember that the cards or the astrological energy, it seemed like this was a while ago, that you were going through some turbulence. And the turbulence was definitely associated with your life experience, like early childhood life experience or earlier life experiences from recent past. I don't care, they just kind of messed you up, and how you were stuck in it and maybe like on the defense and stuff. So what am I saying? Why did I go back? Because it shows for many Scorpios it's been this turnaround period, that you have sought healing one way or another, whether you went and consulted with a physical therapist or you in divinity sat in your quiet spot, but it just really shows you got it together. And so I just wanted to acknowledge that transformation, that growth spurt for Scorpio. Now it's time for you, Sagittarius. Now, I was doing stuff about love. Let me go back, Libra. When it comes to love, again, it really was about mostly emotional attachments or connections. Not really that. So I can't even say they're emotional. They are soulmate connections. So I have a live stream on here. It's called, I think, Shitty Love. And it was a live stream, and it went through all the various soulmate connections we have nowadays, and whatever soulmate connection you are in, Libra, it is facing its challenges. It's going south. Maybe you can refer to that video, because it just show right now a negative space that you're in, either with someone that is significant in your life or with yourself, possibly due to a partnership. Scorpio, when it comes to love, what can I say? You're feeling really warm. You feel cozy. You feel supported. Sagittarius, as far as love, you just like kind of feeling outcast. You're feeling like, that crab in the shell, closed in. You may be very emotional. Reason I can understand why, because the cards are saying you're kind of going through it. Whoever, is in your intimate life, is romantically, because I am talking about love, you're kind of going through it. You kind of, with the Four of Cups being in reverse, it doesn't show regret or anything yet, but it just seems like it's this growing energy of leading to this state of being disappointed. And it's saying do something about it now before you be highly regretful about what the time and energy that you dissipated recklessly because you were afraid to move. You were struck with fear. Now, the last three are Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. I'm going to shuffle the cards for these three. I'm going to read the chat. And then after that, I'm holding out. I'll be accepting any burning questions you may have. Let's see. I said it before you read it. LOL. Thank you. You're absolutely welcome, Kathy. Thank you for dropping by and thank you for commenting. I love when y'all comment that I know who's in the house and I'm not just sitting here in this camera talking to myself like a crazy old woman. Something flipped. Oh, bunch flipped. Don't be flipping on me. I'm an Aquarius. Don't be about to come up on me. Don't be flipping on me. Kylie, I came back just in time for Capricorn. Yep, you sure enough did. Yep, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. And if you ever feel like you need a personal tarot reading with me, Nancy, all you got to do is contact me at my email. My email is canangelsfly1@gmail.com. And I also like to ask you to, what they do it? Share, like, and subscribe. Yeah, that's it. I'm trying to remember to do that kind of stuff. I tell I'm a nerd. I'm lame. I don't remember that kind of stuff. I'm trying, y'all. Capricorn. I feel a need to pull two cards for Capricorn. I don't know why. Because I done pulled that card out. What's your first card? Capricorn, the 5 of Wands. What's going on? Like I said, cards don't flip. I can't take no more. And the 8 of Cups in reverse, pointing back to the 7 of Cups. Well, let's talk about the 7 of Cups, Capricorn. What are we talking about here? We're talking about partnerships or contracts that you are in with another or others. And there are terms and conditions that are on the table. Are both parties being fulfilled or satisfied? I don't know. It don't seem like it. It might be that somebody else might be getting over on you, Capricorn. They may be executing your motto I use. They may be using you for your energy, your time, and your space, or whatever the case may be. But I'll read further. Why do I say this? Because it's the 5 of Wands. Sure, you exhausted all your vital life force energy so recklessly. You got so many pans in the fire. You're not really getting anything done. You may be getting very close to the edge of exhaustion. And why is that? Because of some excessive compulsive need to connect with this other person that you're in a partnership with. They mean more than you. You're valuing them more than yourself, more than your energy, more than your time. And so what am I saying? Going back over to the astrological energy, remember it talked about we are in this time period. You got to line up with the time period to be successful. We are in this time period in which we're desperately, feverishly trying to figure out, trying to strategize about how to use our energy appropriately. Use our energy on what? The right people that we need to kiss they, butter up, take care, or comfort. Because in some way or other, they can be beneficial to us. That's making it short. And so it's showing that you, Capricorn, are not executing that energy. You have so much admiration, so much attraction or desire for this other person, to be in a contract with them for whatever reason, that you are willing to exhaust your vital life force energy recklessly. How are you doing it recklessly? Because you're not being critical about or particular about who you give your energy to. Obviously, this person is not somebody maybe that you should be focusing so much energy on. And as long as you do, you're definitely keeping it from helping you moving forward and satisfying your goal. Is it important for you to satisfy your personal goal? Because we got to get to this finish line. Me, you, and every individual in humanity got to get to this finish line that represents who we are as a people. And we need your contribution as well, Capricorn. And so, just like it should show with Sagittarius, that you kind of stuck and not wanting to move forward. You don't want to have to make the decisions that you need to make relative to this partnership, you know. So again, you got to just choose wisely who you support and who you give your energy to. Now, as far as love, the 5 again shows a lot of energy. You could be exhausting a lot of energy sexually. The 8 of Cups shows this obsessive compulsive disorder for some Capricorns. Either the energy can be going out from you, Capricorn, or into you from another. Somebody might be obsessing over another. Somebody got their mojo. I was told that before by a Capricorn. They thought they had their mojo. They thought somebody was going to be obsessed. But in this case, there is somebody obsessed over you or you over them. You know, and you give them all your energy because you are that enthralled with them. So, it's saying here, or at least a suggestion, get yourself in check, Capricorn. Get yourself in check. Your success depends on it. Oh. After Capricorn, oh yeah, I just put together, is Aquarius. Bossman said, hello. Can I scan you, please? Okay. Hi, Nicole. Why my Capricorn crush said on Facebook that he likes me, and then I said I like him too, but after he said he was just joking, is he too afraid to admit I'm a Sag? It's possible that I was just reading that for Capricorn. It shows somebody kind of obsessing over somebody else and scattering their energy. It really could line up with this reading here, this tarot reading here for Capricorn. It could be that they're afraid to admit it, and they need to admit it because they need to get themselves together. If that be the case, you know, relative to your scenario, they need to get it together because they're not being productive. That was not too productive move. Aquarius. And yes, Basma, I have Aquarius to do one card tarot reading for the sign of Aquarius, and then Pisces. And then after that, I will be accepting any burning questions that you ladies and gentlemen may have before moving to exit this live stream. Aquarius. It's true. I have to admit, yeah. 5 of Cups. 5 is an odd number, therefore it's potential for instability in what the emotions, the home, the family, the feelings. This is a state of sadness, a state of regret, a state of emotional remorse. But this is also 5, and it does correspond. Hi, Amber. It does correspond with the 5th house of Leo, of the opportunity to execute one's fabulous self-expression through the pain, through the disappointment, through the sadness. You know, it's taking that energy and transforming it. Earlier on, we talked about the various superpowers that are coming online. So, Aquarius, where are you? It depends on which Aquarius you are, if you're tapped into your superpowers or not. If you are not, it is possible as an Aquarius you may be going through this, again, this state of sadness associated with whatever aspect of life, something that you are deeply emotionally connected to. Why? Because it could change you, it could change your life. And so, if you're moping, you're sad, you're regretful, you're fearful, whatever the case may be, or you're saying, okay, I know, you know, I'm going through it. I've been sharing here on YouTube. I'm in a deep, different mental space. And that mental space took me to this kind of emotional space. And I was like, what is that? And so I've been combating it. And I shared earlier in this live stream that I'm on a comeback. You know, and so I can say, honestly, that obviously I'm executing the 5th house of Leo and deciding to express my fabulous self-expression or redirect my energy. And I'm redirecting this negative emotional energy into creative spheres, such as this live stream. And so what am I saying, Aquarius? I'm saying you have a choice. Either you can be here in the sadness, in the regret, those kind of things, or you can use that same energy, redirect it, transform it, superpowers, transcendence, whatever the case may be, and you can use that energy to move forward and attach to something else in your life, create something more beautiful or harmonious or more balanced in your life from now into the upcoming weeks. And Capricorn, oh, and Pisces. Your card is Six of Pentacles. It's back out. I can't remember who had Six of Pentacles. Who had all that daily work to do? Who was that doing all that daily work? I can't remember. But the Six of Pentacles, we talked about that already. Relative to some of the zodiac sign, it's reoccurring again. It's an unending story. It really is. So the Six of Pentacles talks about your Pisces, your day-to-day routine, and all that you do to handle the demands of life, whatever it is. I don't care what it is. You have to handle a certain set of demands of life. Sometimes it changes, sometimes it stays the same. It's immutable energy. It's the sixth house of Virgo. And it just shows the works that you are doing and the responsibilities that you are handling. And why are you doing this? Because ultimately you have a goal. It's something that you want to accomplish. And this goes back into the state of resistance. All them outside influences that demand our attention and keep us from being able to move forward as quickly as we like and obtain our ultimate goal. But the Six of Pentacles just shows, Pisces, that you are in an emotional space as Pisces, water sign. You are manifesting the ability to at least handle the day-to-day activities, even if you can't move forward right now, even though the resistance may exist. You are handling all those duties and responsibilities so you can move forward. All right, now. It is time for me to answer you, ladies and gentlemen's burning questions with one tarot card. I do thank you again for coming here to Can Angels Fly Live and having this discussion with me about the current astrological energies, as well as reviewing specific spotlighted information about our existence here in this physical realm and in our personal lives, as well as to receive your card, your zodiac card for the upcoming week. At this time, I will be again answering any burning questions that you may have. And so right now, I want to know is short term memory. Lies. Is Alicia in the house? Because you want to know, can I tell you what your future may hold and how it would turn out for you? Alicia, are you in the house still? While I wait for Alicia to respond, I'm going to scan Basma. Oh, Alicia, you are here? Okay. All right, don't go nowhere. Hi, Oliver. Oliver has, I don't want to just put you on the spot, Oliver, but I'm going to do it. Oliver has a channel here on YouTube, and I do believe it was his name, Oliver Jordan. I mean, Jordan Oliver. So y'all go check him out. Yeah, we are awakening. Ain't that something? That's wonderful. So right now, I'm going to move with my presented course of action, and I'm about to scan Basma. Alicia, please don't go anywhere. And Basma says, will I marry my best friend, Ellie? Let's see what the cards have to say. I'm so sorry to hear that, Amber. Been so hard since I last tuned in. Well, yeah. Was that you, or is this... I can't remember somebody... Was that you that shared your grandma passed? It's been a few weeks, or she just passed? Well, I'm saying, are you another viewer? I'm sorry to hear that. But somebody else, either it was you or someone else, talked about a grandma passing. Okay. I'll shuffle the cards like maybe every 4 or 5 pulls. Scanning Basma. Basma. Three of Pentacles. I'm not too sure that you will marry your BF, Ellie. And why do I say that? Because 3 is the odd number, therefore it's potential for instability. The instability as far as what? It's about what you want to manifest in life versus what they want to manifest. An example could be about someone that you want to get married. Ellie might not even want to get married. And so it just talks about this potential for this instability or these diverging goals. But it does show that it is an environment or a relationship in which you get to have, the social exchange. You can work together on some particular goals. Maybe not others, but some you can. And that's how you connect. So the answer to your question is no, Basma, I don't think you will marry your BFF, Ellie, unless you can come to understand a common goal that you can continue to pursue throughout your relationship with one another. Now, Alicia just said it wanted to, can you tell me what the future may hold? How will it turn out for me? And the card for Alicia is, where are you at? What do you want to say? What's this? All right. Well, we have the 6 of Cups for you, Alicia. 6 of Cups to talk about is something you want to go back to the past. You want to have that sense of nostalgia, happy, getting back to the happy place. The 6 of Cups to show that you will have that moment of happiness. It is guaranteed, However, it is short-lived. This is only the 6. It is an even number, therefore it's an exchange. It's like you meet this nice person or have this nice opportunity to just sit back, kick it, relax, forget the cares of your life, and just enjoy the moment. It is an opportunity for you to express yourself freely. It's a experience or a situation in which you get to, feel valued and loved, and to really feel like you have made a connection with another. But again, it seems kind of temporary, and other factors would determine if that connection would go any further. Let's see. And Kylie says, well, my Chris has come back and you're a Capricorn. What is here? 3 of Wands. It's possible, Kylie, that they may come back, but they may come back for pretty egotistical reasons, sexual reasons, just wanting to hang out, partake in some activities. This is the 3 of Wands. Therefore, it's odd numbers, potential for instability. And instability is defined as what? Sexual excursions with no commitment, wanting to just hang out in the moment, those kind of things. But possibly lacking faith, loyalty. It also talks about instability in one's course of direction or action. So you can come together temporarily, you're separated, in a short period of time. Why? Because they have an interest and you have a differing interest. It also can suggest a third party interjection where they may have someone else they'd rather hang with or vibe with. They like you too, but then it's these other people, these other opportunities or something like that. So will your ex come back? It's possible. The answer is yes. I do believe it's really short-lived, so you have to come to terms about what you really want to decide if you're going to partake in that, temporary exchange, energetic exchange. Let's see. You're welcome, Basma. It's exciting to hear, Amber. Keeping you and your family in my prayers. Very good. Yep, thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, we do. We love you, Amber, and we're sorry to hear that. Let's see. Nico, why am I Capricorn first? Chris, oh yeah, on Facebook. Are you still in here, Nicoling? It's been a wild summer. I know it has. I've been laying low. Oh yeah, it was wild. I just don't have the energy for wild no more. I I can't handle wild. Wild is insane to me. I can't even do it. I don't want to do it. It's like I'm being forced to do it, but I don't do it. Wow. Am I doing good by staying with my Gemini husband? Amber. Amber wants to know she didn't get there. Gemini husband. What is this here? It says Seven of Wands. It's an active partnership, which is just the question: are you doing the right thing by staying with them because it's active? Remember, 7 is an odd number, therefore it's potential for instability in what the partnership or the contract terms and conditions. And so, what is it saying to you, Amber? It's saying, okay, if you want to know if you're making the right decision by staying with your Gemini husband, you have to look at these facts. Do y'all get to like hang out? Do you have similar interests where y'all come together and you really vibe well? Even though you may have those moments that you separate because you may have some other additional interests or something that the other does not share in, but you have to have in your marriage, based on this 7 of Wands, shared aims or ambitions or passions or desires or purpose or course of action, something like that. And that will give you the answer to if you are doing the right thing by staying with your Gemini husband. The more of these you can check off the list and say, yeah, we got that, we got great sex, we got this, we got that, you're doing the right thing. But the fewer, is it Miss Nancy? It is a good time to change. Is it a good time to change jobs? This is the Moon card. You tell me. The Moon is a major arcana there as far as divinity speaking into your life. And the Moon card talks about what is residing within on an emotional level. It talks about your psychological level. Right now, how do you feel? Do you feel like if you quit your job and you go through this transition between quitting a job and getting a new job, if you have to buckle down and, you know, really budget your money, go through some difficult times, those kind of things, can you handle it? Right now, psychologically, can you handle it? Based on your answer determines if you should change, you know, quit your job or move to pursue a new job or not. Can you handle it? That's another video I want to make, is about, can we really handle what we say we can handle? Like, I don't care, I can deal with that. I don't care, I can deal with that. But then when it hit the fan, we be sick as a dog about it, because really, in reality, emotionally and psychologically, we cannot handle it. That's what's going on for you right there. It says, thank you, Nancy. You're right. My email is AliciaDaily711@gmail.com. Please email me so I can get your email address. Thanks again, Alicia. Don't forget to write down before you go. Mercy, blessings to you. Okay, Alicia. Guess what, Alicia? My email is underneath every individual I make. Every single one. And it is canangelsfly1@gmail.com. Even below every single video are all the details associated with ordering any service that you desire to order. It is also my Patreon page that I'm attempting to build up. So I do ask you to come join that club, where we will really be going into detail about the new paradigm as soon as I get enough members. And in Facebook, another place that I've invited you over to, so that we can really have some awesome conversations, and it gives you the opportunity to share with me. I ask you to go over there and friend me at Can Angels Fly Tarot at Facebook. You know, over there I'm supposed to be, shame on me, but I'm supposed to be teaching the tarot one card at a time, and I've only done 3 in about 6 months. God, kick me. Sign on my back. So yeah, again, hi Zodiac Wars. My email is canangelsflytarot1@gmail.com. Zodiac Wars says, question, can I trust my new Cancer man? Can you trust him? The World card says, okay, the World talks about these cycles that we are in and how they began and end. And within each of those cycles, we have a set of life experiences. And from those life experiences, we're supposed to extract information and knowledge. We're supposed to come up with the Magician. But the World card is also a major arcana, therefore it's divinity, also not advice or acknowledging something about our life. You're seeing you with the new Cancer. The World card, divinity, is saying, okay, well, you want to know, can you trust him? Well, you've had these sequences of life events over and over again. What did you learn? Are you seeing any red flags? Is it a flag here? It is a flag. Look at this banner. A red flag. Are you seeing any red flags? If you're seeing any red flags, you can't trust them. But you have accumulated the information that you need to determine who this Cancer truly is. But you got to use what you know to figure out what you want. Let's see. Hi, Kathy. I'm a Cancer and wondering if my Libra loves me. Does your Libra love you? Well, the card here is the Tower card in reverse. Your question, Kathy, is does your Libra love you? The Tower card in reverse. Well, Tower is a major arcana card. Therefore, it's divinity speaking into your life or offering you some advice or acknowledging something about your life. The Tower card represents moments of enlightenment that are brought on by sudden events so that you can pay attention, so that you can make a change if necessary. And your question is, does your Cancer love you? Well, this Tower card is in reverse, which suggests that it's not you that makes this move or experience happen. It is your Cancer. Your Cancer gonna make a move. They gonna do something, and you are to evaluate that circumstances or situations surrounding your Cancer, because it will reveal. Is a moment of taking into account their actions so that you can have the information that you need to make the determination that you need. I'm doing something wrong. I'm a Cancer and wonder if my Cancer Libra loves me. I knew I was going off the deep end somewhere. I'm a Cancer and wondering if my Libra loves me. Same thing. That's what I was getting to do. Your and Zodiac Wars concern is something alike. That's why I was tripping on just a moment ago. Zodiac Wars, remember you had saying you already had the experiences and you know the red flags. You had enough life experience pulled from it in order to make your decision. For you, Kathy, you want to know if your Libra loves you. So your Libra is, they're going to do something. Libra is going to do something, and that is intentional, is divinely scheduled, so that you can evaluate them through that action or that experience or that gesture or that statement. And what you will end up doing is having the opportunity to say, dang, I can see clearly now. I can see through them, through that action. And you're supposed to take that information and make the determination about if that Libra loves you or not. The experience really is about answering the question that you have asked about your Libra. It's in their behavior, I'll say. Okay, I'm sorry I got thrown off. Thank you. Honestly, I can't handle it right now. There we answer. Zodiac Wars, wow, you're amazing. Thank you very much, and thank you for dropping by, Zodiac Wars. And Jordan Oliver says, did you hear about the Neptune Pluto terrain? Most likely I did, Jordan. But you know what? Like, terrain basically is complementary or some form of blessing. They work really well together. So when I see Neptune and Jupiter, I'm like, Neptune, is so watery, is deep, is thick, is nebulous, is plasma, and so is this kind of discharge to keep you from seeing clearly. And Jupiter is about the growth through the experience. So it's saying that even though people have the experience, this is how they complement each other. Even though the people have the experience, they may not still see. That's deep. But yeah, that's significant. You got a video out about it right now, Jordan? I saw you made a video today, but I was preoccupied. I said I was going to go back and watch it later. Again, y'all, Jordan Oliver has his own channel. He has some videos over there. You might want to go check them out. See if it's anything over there that's of interest to you. When I eat dinner tonight, I'm going to go over there and watch that video. Zodiac War says thank you. And Kylie says thank you for my reading. Sorry, I have bad connection and just now saw it. No problem. I understand. Can't get our money's worth. Mother suckers. There, yep. Okay, Zodiac War's facts. Haley, me either. Alicia says thanks. I'm not very good at spelling. We'll check Facebook. By the way, you're very good at what you do. Well done. I hope one day I can be successful as you. That's what it's about. I believe that, Alicia. You want to be successful as me one day. You probably already are more successful than me. That's what it's just about. Universe is trying to lead us to embrace our personal creative abilities and self-expression, because we all hold power. Because who I touch is not who you can touch, you know, and on and on and on and on. It's going to take all of us to tap into our personal abundance, our personal abilities, our personal skills. You're fabulous at something, and that's something the world needs, you know. Might not make you rich, but the world needs it, and needs it for the purpose of what? Recovering. So that what? People can feel safe and secure. Who? Me, you, and every individual humanity. It's the same thing. It's like I said, this is an unending story. Just keep on recycling. Like, it almost seems like sometimes when I read the stars, it almost seems like divine is like, oh, these dumb mother. Pay attention to what I'm saying. You know? Oh, please pay attention to what I'm saying. Yeah. And so, yeah, we're all fabulous. You just gotta tap into what it is. And then this is another thing, another video that I want to make, but it becomes overwhelming sometimes because I like to write. Y'all notice I like to write everything out because I got a scatterbrain. I am an air sign. I'm legally black blonde, you know. So another thing is that many of us have gifts and abilities and talents of all varieties, and they become so specific sometimes and detailed and focused, and we don't understand how powerful and influential those abilities and gifts and talents, etc. are. Why? Because we aren't acknowledged by the world at large. Why? Because the world has a particular mindset that they're executing, which seems like divinity is trying to get them to pull back from. And so, what am I saying? We all have something. We all have this gift. We all are amazing. Why don't we know it? Because people won't acknowledge it about us. If we don't fit the status quo or the standard of beauty, these are all things that I've talked about here on YouTube. I give my testimony. I am criticized, or I'm not honored for my level of knowledge, intellect, education, spirituality, sexuality, nothing. I'm not acknowledged as a woman or nothing. Why? Well, reality, things we don't talk about, the ugly truths, is I don't fit the standard of beauty. I ain't got no, what is it? 36, 26, 36? That ain't what I got. I got a bread basket, I always say, and a basket of fries. It's good. You know, but I don't fit the standard of beauty. Therefore, I don't get the accolades. I don't get the appraisals. I don't, you know, it's ridiculous. It's like saying because I'm black, I can't have certain things. Because I'm fat, I can't be a certain person. You know what I'm saying? So what am I? I'm undervalued by others, but not myself. And I've made videos here in detail about how that particular veil was being pulled back in my life. And I'll tell you, I hear what I tell you. Oh, I'm an arrogant, narcissistic motherfucker. I don't know who they think they be playing with. And so what am I saying that for, Alicia? You get like that too. Well, I enjoyed you, ladies and gentlemen, today. Now I'm going to move forward the exit from this here live stream. I love you, and I ask you to enjoy the rest of your day. I'll check you out next time. Bye. As soon as I can figure out how to get off of this mother sucker. It's always an issue. Always an issue.